Hey, everybody out there in the wonderful world of Twitch. This is John. I'm on a cough moment, sorry. And I'm back. But hey, everybody, welcome to Rook and Rascal here on Twitch. And tonight we are playing the Growing Shadows, which is our Ninja Crusade 2nd Edition game from Third Eye Games. And we are on our final, final part of our campaign. I'm actually really excited to be doing this. I love this game so much, and I came up with this plot line, and to see it through to the end, I'm blown away and having a great time. So thank you, everybody out there who is watching us hit this point. And so I see Steve, you're out there, and Revna, thank you so much, and David, thank you so much for coming in tonight. Everybody, thank you. That said, let's go ahead and get our players introduced. Obviously, everyone knows me. I'm John. I'm here on the channel quite a bit. You see me running other games and playing in other actual plays. But let's go ahead and meet everyone else. I'm going to start us off with Steven.
Hi everybody, I'm Steven Papan. I play Chetsuo Kawasaki in this Ninja Crusade game. You can also find me on Twitch TV at gamer_not_gamer, where I play games with my friend Corey, who does not game.
And it's a great show, and y'all need to check it out. Steve's been on a couple times playing games by himself this week, though, but I've enjoyed what I've seen.
Yeah,
So,
I go solo sometimes.
Yep. Going on, we also have with us tonight Justine.
Hi, I'm Justine. I play Ronto Honda and her dog Camu when I remember to play the dog. And I also do art and stuff, so you can always find me on Twitter and see what I managed to when I'm able to squeak out some sketches and commissions and stuff like that.
Yep. Speaking of which, the artwork for this show, pretty much since the beginning, has been Justine, so been a big part of this. Moving on, though, we also have Tuan with us tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tuan Nguyen. I will be playing Guy tonight, the resident nerd. I don't do much else online other than this show, but I am a consummate tabletop gamer, primarily focusing on the Arkham Horror card game. And if you guys want to just chat with tabletop gaming, just let me know, and we'll go on for days.
And finally, we have my partner in crime and life, Roxy.
Hi, my name is Rue Thompson, and I play Fujishita Kyo, the group's chatterbox and merchant. And get us into a lot of trouble and get us out of it, hopefully. Sorry, I'm trying to level up, so that's why I keep looking down. I'm reading the book.
Yeah, important part in the game. But that said, I think that we're going to do an icebreaker tonight, and Steven actually had something that he wanted to throw at us.
Yeah, I have a question for my GM and fellow cast members, and also the chat, if you guys want to get in on this. Just a quick question that could lead to interesting discussion. What do you think is your favorite game, and what would you say is your comfort game? To give an example for me, I say that my favorite game is Final Fantasy VI. It's one that I love. I played through it again recently on stream and still loved it. But I'd say my comfort game is Kirby Superstar Ultra on the DS. I'd say the difference is whenever I replay Final Fantasy VI, just like in my own time, get about halfway through it, I get the nostalgia wave that I need, and then I move on to something else. With Kirby Superstar Ultra, I can just sit down and play that game all the way through with no problem. And then once I beat one file, just move on to the next file and do it all again.
Nice.
You know, does somebody else want to go? Because I can definitely talk on it too.
You go ahead, John. You piped up real fast.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think everybody knows that Ninja Crusade is, as far as tabletop games, my favorite game of all time. Everything I play, this was like the game that I was like, man, I want to run a stream of it. And it's lasted quite a while. But non-tabletop, if it was video games, my favorite game of all time is actually Dead Space 2. That game I love. I will play it, and enjoy it, watch other people play it, and enjoy it. It's at the right level of horror for me, to where it's scary, but at the same time, it's not too overwhelming because you can fight back. So I like that part of it. But comfort game, I didn't know I really had one until recently, and that was after watching the Fallout stream that we had recently. I was like, man, I want to go back and I want to play Fallout 4, and I want to rebuild. I think the name of the little town is Sanctuary or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I'm going to build my fort. I'm going to have a great time. And literally, I rushed through the opening of the game just so I could just strip everything out of the settlement and rebuild. So that is definitely like for me. I think that is actually my comfort game.
Those are good. Those are good
Interesting.
ones. Is Dead Space 2 the one with the foam finger?
Yes, yes, it is.
Have you ever gotten the foam finger? The foam finger.
I did my full playthrough.
Yeah.
I played through it like a rapid playthrough once, and then I was like, I'm going to do the completionist thing and actually try and find everything. And on that one, I did the foam finger.
Nice.
So
Anybody else have theirs in mind and would like to share?
I know mine.
Go
Let's
on,
see.
Justine. Everybody knows mine, I think, but I'm just gonna wait until the end.
I have to say, I think my favorite game, even though I have not played it in a long time, but I have a very big sentimental attachment to it, is Dragon Age Origins. I remember very distinctly my friend setting me down to play in high school, and like kind of like getting me started. I remember him talking about how like Morgan was really hot. um, and stuff like that. And it was one of the first games for me that made me think, oh, I really like what video games could do. I hadn't played a video game with a huge, expensive storyline until up to that, and it really captured my little imagination. My comfort game would be Stardew Valley, because I like,
Amen.
and also in the same concept of going and building a settlement in Fallout 4, I like the gathering and the little errands and the collecting and the little building progress and stuff like that. Makes my brain a little happy.
totally get that. Twan, you got one, or Roxy?
I'm saving mine because everybody knows mine. Juan, do you have an answer?
So, let's see here.
It doesn't have to be video games. It can be tabletop games.
Yeah,
we know
It
I thought,
If
what your
you're
favorite
just
tabletop
like,
game
yo, I love Sorry from Hasbro, that's my jam. We'll accept that answer.
We'll still accept
Or
you.
the dollar store version of it? My bad.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Jones.
probably have to say that in terms of like favorite game for tabletop is gonna have to be the Arkham Horror card game. All right. If you
Solid.
guys aren't familiar, it is essentially a co-op card game / light RPG set in H.P. Lovecraft's Arkham Horror mythos, right? And it's a lot of fun. There is some actual weight to the decisions you make. There's an evolving narrative that you get to actively shape to towards an eventual finale, and you get to evolve and also suffer some heartache along the way, and it's just a lot of fun. On a similar note, I would say that on the video game side, it's kind of a toss-up between um, Shadow of the Colossus and Heavy Rain,
Ooh.
Ooh, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
right?
Yeah. no.
In that both of them were heavily emotional, impactful games in my life, and they have left a um, they've left a mark on my understanding of
Indelible
gaming that has never really been shaken ever since, right? And I will always look back on those games with fond memories. Now, as for comfort games, it's probably going to have to be Soul Calibur, the entire Soul Calibur series. All right, I have been when I was much younger. I did make an attempt to go competitive, and I never really broke through on that. But I've always been able to stomp like local competition, and and it was always been my jam. I've always been a big kung fu junkie, that and no other game really made me feel the same way than Soul Calibur. Not even Tekken.
Who's your main?
Um, Depends on the iteration. All right. For the majority of the Soul Calibur line, it's been Astaroth, big meaty axe wielding golem Astaroth, right? But the main in my heart has always been Sung Mina from the very beginning game. Now, unfortunately, she didn't make it into every single game, but Astaroth made it in every single game other than the very first one. And so those two are the ones that I switch back and forth between depending on their availability.
Very nice.
It has been a while since I played it, but the guy for me was the guy with the nunchucks.
Depending on which iteration, you're either talking about Li Long or Maxi.
I think it was Li Long.
Hmm.
I was a fan of. I think his name's Huarong.
Huarong, yep.
Just because his kicks were viable.
Hmm.
I liked Voldo because he did the little clappy thing with his
Yep.
weapons.
Awesome.
I love playing Voldo. And
I'm
he's
learning so
delightfully
much about my castmates, and we've been playing for so long together. That's a good question, Steven. I loved it.
Well,
you guys have-
one person still hasn't answered the question.
Yeah.
They
well,
think that we know, and I know. Unless
I
they're
have a-
both the same answer, I feel like I know one.
well, that's the thing, and I've been giving it a hard think since this question was posed in Cash Chat earlier. I've been giving it a hard think. So my favorite game franchise is Mass Effect. That is widely known, and that will probably never change. Is it the perfect game? Absolutely not. None of them are. If I were to pick a favorite, it would be Mass Effect 3. But Mass Effect is my all-time favorite sci-fi franchise ever. I like it more than Star Trek. I like it more than Star Wars. It's just the way that it is. Now, as far as a comfort game, it's kind of a comfort game too. Except the more I thought about it, the more that I realized how much sometimes going back and redoing a lot of those fetch quests is infuriating. But I feel the same way about Dragon Age. Justine mentioned Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins was also my first foray into not open world because it's not, but that storytelling, make your choices, decision based kind of video role playing game. I went from BioShock to Dragon Age Origins, and those were like my two babies for when I got back into console gaming back in the late 2000s. Comfort game, Stardew Valley is way up there. That is
Stardew
one that
Valley's
me and my best friend, we play a lot. So, man, I was trying to think. As far as like tabletop games go, my favorite all-time tabletop game is Star Trek Adventures. And it's not even necessarily that Star Trek. I love the 2D20 system. But yeah, I would say probably Stardew Valley is a comfort game for me. I don't really have any other go-tos. I will say Kingdom Two Crowns, or the Kingdom line. I like Two Crowns because I play it with John. It's a side-scrolling. If you're not familiar with it, it's a side-scrolling, very zen kind of game where you play a ruler and you have to build up your kingdom, and at night creatures come out and like little greed minions come out and try to steal your gold and stuff. It's just literally it's two buttons. You move back and forth and you throw coins at things and make buildings come up. And so if you've never played it, I highly recommend it. The soundtracks are always wonderful. It has several different variants. There's Kingdom. Two Crowns is the 2-player version, but it can also be single player. And they just released Norselands, and it is a phenomenal little. We played the Viking one probably. That's the only one we've ever finished. But anyway, those are my games.
It was a good finish too. I mean, we didn't know where it was going. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone.
It's highly recommended. And I don't think it's an expensive game either, and the soundtracks are always top notch. And they did a Deadlands anime version too, if anybody's familiar with that.
That's cool.
Huh. So I saw David mentioned that he's jamming with No Man's Sky, which I hear it's gotten so much better. So.
Yeah, I've heard it's a completely different game from when we played it.
And I will say, Twan, that the soundtrack for Shadow of the Colossus is one of the greatest video game soundtracks of all time. Just tossing that out. But we're here to play some ninjas.
Yep.
So
guy in the YouTube comments who's gonna say the real episode starts at this is the time that you put.
This is the time. We don't get jerks in our YouTube, thankfully, yet. Maybe someday, but.
So we've got should have our music going, everything, and I'm hoping audio sounds good so far. Everybody seems to be pretty happy in chat right now. So let us know if there's any issues. When last we left our intrepid group of ninjas, you had made your way finally to this island of the Immortals in the middle of this ocean that was on the east side of the peninsula that is part of, it's north of the land of Seed and Blossom. It's to the east of the Izzo Empire in this body of water. It has been largely forbidden to always go there. It's legendary in many cultures, but nobody ever tries because there's so many tales. But lo and behold, looks like it was meant to be. Our characters talked with two kind of spirits there who informed them that 2 points. That the Emperor was the next immortal, or is actually the current immortal, whose teachings were supposed to improve and propel the world forward. However, obviously that is not the case. And they had created a book, a history of the Immortals, that would summon to them somebody to be their champion, somebody to go and face the Emperor, and the magic and power to undo that which has been done will be relegated to that person. That person was Guy within this band. Turns out that they needed someone of the bloodlines of the land of Seed and Blossom, which his family was one of them. And that is why the book chose him and how fate has drawn them here. They also informed them that with that transfer of power, they will cease to exist. And at the end of the episode, they approached. And was there anything that anyone in the group was going to do before that point? Just to make sure with everybody.
I thought we were just gonna head on.
Mm-hmm.
After the children passed on.
The power is immediate. You almost all feel it. The air is electric. And it's almost as if everything around you, like all sound stops. The sound of the ocean and everything. And power flows from them and into Guy. Guy, you feel it, but at the same time, you really don't feel that difference. It's not like this is imbuing you with any special ability or heightened senses or anything of that nature. It's almost like you are carrying a smart bomb that is geared for the Emperor. But other than that, it's not doing anything else for you. And as if you blink, and in the moment of blinking, they were there, and now they are not. They are gone entirely.
I didn't blink. I
And-
watched it happen. It was messed up.
And so, this moment passes, and you have the opportunity to return to the kingdom, the land of seed and blossom, and back the way you came. There are tasks that still stand before you. Obviously, the threat of the pox. That was an army marching north, intending to wipe out the other clans that made up the land of seed and blossom. Likewise, there was the mission that you'd been sent on originally, which is the attack on Fort Junshin. And then the Emperor. I, talked with my players ahead of time, and I know that they want to deal with. Thank you very much, chat. They want to take on the issue with the pox. It's the most pressing issue at the time. And so, much like in anime, we're doing a little bit of a time skip. You depart the island, returning back to the shore. The sea has gone back to normal. What was once, for relatively 20 years at this point, this sea has been impassable and unsailable. Nothing has moved upon the water of this sea in so long. And you are able to return back to, dry land, away from this island. They make their way. You all make your way down the river, back the way you came, leading you back into the lands of the Sisterhood of Blood. As you are there, you now see a even larger refugee camp has built up. People displaced from their homes, their farms, as the pox continues to march. I'm going to go ahead and give this opportunity for all of you to do anything. Obviously, if there is something that your character works on, such as martial arts style, improving jutsu, developing skills, this would be actually the technical time that would happen. Does anybody have anything they want to tell the table that they've gotten, or anything at this point?
After last session, I got enough to upgrade my stealth 1 pip. So I now have 3 stealth, and I'm using it. I'm testing it on my other ninja friends to see how good I am at sneaking up on them.
Awesome. Which, of course, I'm certain you all enjoy. And for my players, I want to make sure that before we get too far along, remember how much key you actually have. Table Karma is currently at 4 base, and then what?
We were up to 5 for table karma.
Okay.
We have 1 table reroll. 1 reroll was given to you, and you have 1 GM karma.
Nice.
That was me. I gave you that reroll because I want to play hard mode.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
okay. Well then,
Kill me this session.
No.
You don't want to play with me anymore? It's good.
I want to know that you can.
Put the fear of God in us.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and say then that as you are preparing, different clans of the Blossom Ninja are gathered. you actually have the Crystal Bearers, a body of them arrive. You have been told that out of all the groups, this would probably be the ones most likely to want to kill you. They, for the last 20 years, they're what was once the capital, the land of Seed of Blossom, for the last 700 years. They've held that territory, and anybody from the Izzo Empire has basically been killed. They encase them in emerald, a stone, and leave them there just to die. So if you remember that field that you crossed that was filled with these the gemstones and everything that one troll... Yeah. That was on the southern border of their area.
Yep. You know what I remember about that? Punching a demon in the head.
True.
I remember that part.
Yep, that did happen.
And in chat, you said there's a question on how to buy karma. It's at the bottom. You'll see a little magnifying glass. That is our Cluthulus, which is our channel points for here at Rook and Rasp. And after a certain amount of time of watching, you'll earn channel points, and you can use those to buy things for the table.
Did I not turn off one? Let me see.
Oh, we might.
We
have
still
it
have
up.
who's a good pup?
Oh,
Let me do.
that.
Well, I mean, Kamu's a good pup.
Oh, it's a good pup.
Let me do a thing. Let me do a thing, chat. Give me a second. Let me make sure.
Yep. Speaking of which, while we get that changed over, Thursday nights right now, Tuesday night, we have Heckin' Good Doggos from Winning Games. We are actually getting the opportunity to play that while it was still has not even been released to backers. We're actually doing a playtest of it, and with the creator, or one of the creators, one of the owners of the company, Matthew Orr, is running it for us. And tomorrow night, I want to be sure to mention that we have Battlelords of the 23rd Century, which is a old school game. It has been around as long as TSR, the original version of it. And it's on its 7th edition, but we're actually playing what I guess technically is the 8th edition, developed for Savage Worlds Adventure Edition coming our way. And we are getting the opportunity to play it before it goes to Kickstarter next month. So we're really excited to have that. And running that is Chris Hussey, who... If you don't know, Chris Hussey is an amazing podcaster and actual play.
You might know him as the Hussman or
Yeah.
Obocop on the internets.
And you may or may not know that he's also a game writer and writer in general, but he wrote for Battletech with FASA originally. So we're really honored to have him on the channel running that. That'll be tomorrow night anyway. So the Crystal Bears are there. And you are joined now by several clans that are facing off against this group coming in. This the Pox. Ooh, thank you very much. We have the army of the Splendid Chameleons, which are the martial arm of the Blossom Ninjas. They have the ability to mold and shape their bodies and their bones. You've heard legends that arrows shot at them. I mean, Chet, you have the ability to harden your body and arrows bounce off. Their body will actually open up holes and arrows will just pass through them.
That's not as cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's cooler when they bounce off. Cooler when they hit and do nothing than when they don't hit.
Yep. But you have them, you have the Crystal Bearers, who, as you watch them, this small group, they are surrounded by gems actually floating in the air around them. You know that within the world, the land of Seed and Blossom, every citizen has a gem in their forehead, placed there from the moment they are born. And a Crystal Bearer is the one who goes to do that. So you know that, obviously based on the name even, that they have power with these. You also see members of the Phantom Voices there now as well, which if you remember the woman that you met near Danketsu, who could talk with the dead. Same group. So this very, very large, you know, grouping of ninja, and the final group that arrives before this army marches is a group known as the Grim Creepers. And if show of hands at my table, who has ever seen Ninja Scroll?
I've seen it.
Yeah, seen Ninja Scroll. If you remember in Ninja Scroll, there's this one guy who has like a hive in his back of insects. The Grim Creepers are that. It's a whole clan that their body is infested with insects.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, we met some of them. We met one of them on the rooftop.
Oh, yeah, we fought one,
So,
didn't we?
Yeah, and yeah, we got our butts whooped fighting it. It ran away.
yeah, all these groups have joined forces now, it turns out, with the
course.
impending invasion.
Jerks.
Finally, you see this army arrive.
Hey, John,
Mhm.
we are having some. How is the show going for everybody out there? Because I'm reading
Yeah,
a
we're
lot
getting-
of issues.
I haven't gotten any majors coming up yet, but we are dropping a few frames.
Well, our bitrate is in the red on Twitch, so that's why I'm wondering. And my Discord keeps lagging, so if anybody is anybody having any audio or video issues right now? Because if not, then we'll just truck through it. But anyone
We'll
out there?
wait and see if we get anything from anyone.
I switched over my tab, and it all looks fine to me. I have it muted though, so I can't hear it.
Yeah,
Revna's got a little bit of lag.
yeah. Rebna's having a little lag. We'll keep going if it looks like it's getting. Oh, now it's buffering. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go with it.
Yep. If we need to reset at one point, if it starts actually dropping alerts for me, we'll
Yeah,
go ahead and
we'll,
reset our modem and keep going.
Okay, David says it's buffering here too. Yeah, we may need to during break. We may need to pop offline and reset our modem. It does happen, and we've got some weather moving in. But just keep us abreast of any issues that you might be having. So,
And it's also early evening, and we've noticed that Twitch, right as people are getting off work, Twitch gets really bogged, and then it's as the evening goes on, it seems to get better. So, that said, though, this army approaches, and what you see is hundreds of these warriors with the paint on their body of the skeletons. Their faces, imagine that look of the skull painted on their faces as they approach this large army, every one of them. And they all seem to carry the same weapons. You have fought a few of their kind before, but they approach, and you see them stop a few hundred yards away from the wall of this city. This, for those of you who don't remember, there was a large wall that surrounds this city of the Sisterhood of Blood, their capital. It is immense. As you pass through a tunnel on the river, coming into the city, it was about 20 feet of wall that you went under through this tunnel. So more than likely at this point, if you're watching this army arrive, you are up on the walls with members of the different groups from the different adventurer guilds, the adventurer caste within this land. And they all have also joined you on the wall watching this army arrive.
well, that sucks.
No, I think
One
we'll
of
be
the-
okay.
Yeah. One of the sisters informs you, the Sisters of the Blood. They're not going to attack in broad daylight quick. They'll come tonight. If you wish to rest up and be ready, we'll have guards posted.
Can Chet get like a good count of how many people are coming? Or did you say it and I just missed it?
You're looking at an army probably in the hundreds to thousands.
Jesus.
So, if it's just us going in there, it sounds like a fair fight.
Ronto's just kind of like looking up for the wall, going 1, 2.
It's a lot. I don't
One.
think we have enough fingers and toes in the
They
group. to
keep
count.
moving.
Okay.
So we're just gathered up on this wall with these Sisters of Blood,
Yes.
looking down at this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we at Fort Gentian?
No, Fort Gentian is the last hold of
Right,
the,
I know what it is. I just wanted to clarify that that's not where
No,
we were.
you are in. Let me go ahead and pull the map back up. One moment, because this is a very specific city. It's where you actually met the three leaders of the clan.
The Council of Three?
Yeah, the Council of Three.
We were in the village.
Let's see. I can get my map up here in just 1 second.
Yeah.
I will have it.
I mean, I'm looking at a bunch of stuff here. I'm being open.
Here we go. You are in Jiangqi, which is essentially right in the center of the district.
So out there is Eucubio's pox.
Mhm.
They're the ones with the paint.
Yes.
Did you say crystal bears are there too?
Crystal bears are there on your side.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to.
Yeah. All the other clans have joined together and are there making their stand at Zhang.
So it's everyone versus the pox.
Yes.
But there are thousands of pox.
Yes. If you remember the story as it was told, the pox were created to deal with problems in the land of Seed and Blossom. The founder of the pox actually came to the land as an immortal
Right.
and slaughtered hundreds, if not thousands, of people due to lack of morals, overpopulation. These things that you usually apply to concepts of mythological beings coming out of nowhere. I mean, usually you hear this more of gods, but this is a man who was an immortal who came and just tried to reset the empire.
Mm-hmm.
And
Remind me, Eucubio's pox, they're ninja, right?
they are ninja. Their specific ability is controlling disease.
That's right. Yeah. I just want to make sure that they had key that I could F with if I need.
This dude just like sat in particularly bad traffic one day and decided that there's too many people on the planet.
Yep.
We could really use that bow that has the sentient arrows that,
The bloodthirsty bow.
the bloodthirsty bow. Man, when you need Takumi.
He's off following his art career right now.
I know. He's off
He's
following
making it
his
big.
art.
He's back at home having a 3-camera
With his new
sitcom
dad.
with his mom and new dad.
New dad.
It's essentially man of the house, but it's going to run for 5 seasons.
Right. I look towards. You said one of the Council of Three was here, right?
Yes.
What? How do we deal with this?
Well, we face the army here, or we can try and send somebody to talk to them. She looks over at you.
Well, I mean, diplomacy is a thing in which I have been trained. Um, I can go talk to them. What would you like me to say? I mean, are we willing to come to some sort of an arrangement, or
Ask them why they're. First and foremost, nobody knows exactly why they're doing this.
Nobody knows?
Ever since the war against the Empire and we drove them from our lands, they began their attacks on all the other clans.
I
The
wonder if that's why.
Babylonists actually believe that they are perhaps trying to consolidate the power of the region, especially since we have not heard from the Immortals in so long.
well, we haven't told them about any of that, right?
I
Probably
don't
not
think
yet.
so. I wouldn't.
Guy, is your gym just out? Or have you put on a hat?
Decency. You hussy.
Oh no. So if you were to turn towards Guy, you would have to look down because he's kind of in a crouching fetal position, covered in a blanket, having an existential crisis right now. Well, not right now. It is a continuation of that.
Okay.
All right. He's kind of babushka'd up inside of his blanket.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, Guy, you just take care of you, bud. We'll let you know when we need you.
I start trying to hand him like twigs and string and like go, just make your traps. Make your traps. You'll feel better.
He absent-mindedly starts assembling things out of pure.
Nice.
There we go.
Just will to do it. Well, I have no problem going and speaking with them if that is what we want. I would request that I can take at least one of my friends with me, though, in case they attack.
Can we all
That's
go?
what you wish to do.
Well, okay? let me throw this out here, Miss Council of One. I'm 17, and you suggested that I go talk to them, so I was respectfully doing what you suggested. Do you think that's a bad idea? It's not as though I don't usually have bad ideas, but that's
No,
thousands of disease-bearing ninja.
Yucky people.
They are in and of themselves a pestilence, and I mean I thank you for the ability to heal their sickness that they spread, but are they usually ones to talk, or do they just fight?
They may respect somebody willing to come and talk to them.
Well-
And I say that also, I do not think that they would attack you. It's whether or not they would actually give you any information.
Well, I mean, we have no information now, so what have we got to lose? I would ask that should they choose to choose violence, save me. But Chet, would you like to come with me?
Yes. I
Ronto,
will
do you
come
mind
with you.
keeping an eye on Guy?
Yeah. Do you
But,
want to take Camu in case you need a quick getaway, or
I have an alternate idea for Ronto,
Oh.
if that's okay.
sure?
We could leave Camo here to comfort Guy. And if things go bad during negotiation, maybe Ronto can be in the shadows, lurking, watching and listening, and if things go bad, And Chet will reach into his bag and hand Ronto a knife and say, just sneak up behind the leader, give him one of these.
I'll offer him a knife.
It might not be a bad idea to just take it anyway with you. They may just, I was going to say, they may expect a show of strength anyway.
Ah,
Oh, we got
the
that.
Vulcan hello. Okay.
What's a Vulcan?
Yeah,
What's-
that's one of those smart people words.
Hey, Mom, what's Ponfar?
Don't worry,
when
dear.
you're
You won't
older.
have to know until for another 7 years. Guys, we have a candle called Ponfar in my shop, just to let you
Oh no.
Anyway.
Does it
Ooh.
smell like burning blood?
know. No, it's it should. No, honestly, it smells not bad, but then it's kind of like spicy and cinnamony. But then there's just this undertone of like sweat. Just Vulcan sweat.
What do you...
How do we do it?
No.
Spicy.
What do you do with it? When?
You light
You
When?
enjoy it.
it. During bonfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's a dumb question.
Dumb.
Dumb question.
Yeah, no.
Questions are dumb.
Not everybody smells the under tinge of sweat that I do, but it's there. But people love that candle. That is a we frequently sell out. But anyway,
Amazing.
yeah, what you gonna do? Well, I say let's go down. See if I can get any information. How much leeway do I have in offering any sort of peacekeeping agreement? Should you just wish that I bring something back and we discuss it if they offer something, if they wish to enter into negotiations?
Why not?
Would you like to accompany me? You don't
I'm
have
wondering if they would just attack outright if I went with you.
to. Well, that could be. My other question would be, do you see their leader down there?
She looks around. She's... I don't think he's amongst them. He would be their eldest.
Do you see them?
I'll actually roll for that.
Please do. Do the rolling.
Or, well, first I'll roll. We'll see what she's got. Alright. Actually, yes. Not exactly where I'd expect him, but he's right there at the front.
Well, that's a good sign, honestly. He's willing to go into battle at the front. It's more than many do. All right. Well, let me go see what I can find out. They don't know me, I don't think.
Okay.
And Chet and I make our way.
And then I will go for, I guess, the forest line and try to I'll give them time to walk out, then I'll make my way. My little knife.
Alright, so as you're approaching, you exit out the tunnel. There's a small walkway that has been blocked that goes through the tunnel that you would come through where the river is. And you exit out onto a large field. The grass is still fairly tall, about 3 feet tall, coming up to your knees. And you make your way across across that, prairie, almost field. And seeing how many of you are actually going out?
It's me and Chet, and Ronto is following at a distance, and she's staying to the shadows.
Okay. Ronto, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Something that's going to go along with that.
Okay. So we're essentially entering a prairie. How tall is the grass?
3 feet.
Oh, okay, I can make that work. Can I use my gift for being little? I get a +1 to stealth in places where bigger people can't normally hide. So to duck down in the grass.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay.
You're looking to beat a 4.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. I'll use stealth. Obviously, I'll put my +1 in there.
We do have 5 karma.
I'll definitely take one
6
of those.
karma.
I will go for
5 karma and
stealth
1 reroll.
and I guess speed in order to kind of, as I'm also keeping in tow with them because I need to be able to have them in my sight and visualize when they might be in danger. Okay, so that is going to be, and then 1 karma. So, okay, that should be good. All right, that's looking good. That is and 6 successes.
6 successes. So not enough for a boost, but you did succeed.
Sneaky.
Nice. When he said 4, I was like, crap.
I know. Cameron
We're getting
will
into
also
the
be
upper
helpful.
levels here, though, so I'm
Clearly.
kind of expecting y'all to get really well in this. But they only see the 2 of you then coming, and 2 members come out from the front of the army.
Is one of them the leader that was...
It is,
Wonderful.
actually. And it takes you a while. Like I said, they're a couple 100 yards away. So, are you going to stop? Are you going to meet right in the middle? Because they march. They match step to you.
Say we meet him in the middle.
I start to slow down to see if they'll come to us.
They don't slow down, and so yes, they would come. If you slow down, they will come further in. So we'll say maybe about 175 yards away from everything. Still far enough away that there's not much that they can do at a distance other than just a volley of arrows.
Okay.
As they come to us, I'll lean over to Yo and ask, You think a stern talking to would work 2 weeks in a row?
I don't think so. But, I'm still feeling a bit catty, so let's see what happens.
Just make the whole army cry.
All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Take your skull paint and go away.
And wash your hands and cover your mouth when you cough. Gross.
That's right. Yes. Do you speak to your parents with that mouth that you are
Don't have another. What do you expect?
Yes. In fact, my parents are the one who gave me this mouth.
It's true, technically.
Yeah, this is true. As they approach, and as we approach, I will continue to walk as well. If I have an idea of, we'll meet him in the middle. Yeah, we'll meet in the middle. We'll show of good faith.
Okay.
And move forward.
The one accompanying him, this elder, stops a little ways away and just kind of thrusts their spear into the ground and waits while the elder then proceeds a little ways further, say about another 5 yards away from where they stop. Are y'all going to do likewise? Is one of you going to go, or are both of you going to go?
Are you good with staying back just a little bit? We will mirror them.
I'm good with staying back.
Okay. Just you've been perfecting that evil eye. Just pull your shades down just a little bit, and really just give them the level 19 stink eye.
I don't pull him down. I do that thing where I just like look over the glasses.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
I can
good.
see my
Like I can feel the
beautiful-
heat emanating from you right now.
my beautiful green eyes.
Nice.
Hazel.
I never
They're
knew.
hazel.
Never knew Chet's eye color.
He's my original character. He actually has heterochromia.
And he can't read.
And he
His real name's Jared. So
I kept it. I kept it.
kept it.
We're safe.
Hello there.
And he walks. He almost is right in front of you before he stops.
How short is this old person?
He is stocky.
That's not a height.
No, but think of him as right around 6'5" and made of lean muscle, even in
Well,
his
that's not
age.
stocky at all. He is tall and he is lean.
Well, I guess lean isn't the right word I'm looking for.
Wiry.
Literally Blackbeard in the Black Sails show.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was
So,
like,
he
okay, wait,
looks
are we going
like
for
a tall
we
dwarf.
going for
I mean,
hot
he's
Blackbeard or are we
big,
going
muscular?
for big Blackbeard? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's like Bill Goldberg.
pretty much.
He's big boy.
But you see, he has a beard and he has an aged look in his eyes. Obviously, a lot of wrinkles on his skin, but he stops just shy of right to you and says, I am the elder Kohei Rokundanashi, and who are you?
My name is Fujishita Kyo of Fujishita Mercantile, and a representative of the peoples of the land of Seed and Blossom.
They sent you.
Who else would you like to speak to? Perhaps I can get them for you.
It's unnecessary, but it is impressive that you decided to come out here and talk to us.
Oh, unnecessary how?
Our wrath will not be stayed.
I mean, you would rather die here on this land than try to find a way to live peaceably?
I see by your appearance that you're also not a member of the Land of Seed Blossom.
I mean, does that matter, really, at the end of the day? I'm just here to talk to you.
If they have sent you, so be it. But I will give you this opportunity, this moment of bravery that you and your friends have shown, coming out here to meet me. Take your people from the field and leave, and we will allow you to go back to your lands.
Allow me. Well, if you would, allow me to... You say your wrath will not be stayed. Who put a bee in your bonnet?
Perhaps you have not gained enough education in what has been happening in these last few decades.
Please, be my teacher.
You have heard of the Immortals?
I have.
They have been out of communication quite some time.
Interesting.
And during that time, leadership fell to our elders. The eldest amongst us, in fact. Those who make up a council of elders.
It tracks. I mean, I follow so far.
And he looks over your shoulder at the city. We know that there was a plot to kill one of the elders who maintained peace in these lands. He was eliminated, and since then, that is where the peace broke, and the army of Izzo were driven from these lands. The defilement of the elders in face that we did not have the immortals here, the fact that they would kill one of the highest leaders of these lands.
What was the reasoning for wanting to kill one of the elders?
That it would end 700 years of supplication to the Izzo Empire.
You would prefer to stay under the heel of the Izzo Empire.
My preference is not important.
Oh, but it is.
No.
You're willing to kill for your preference. So what is your preference?
We have maintained a way of doing things in these lands. In face of the immortals disappearing, it's not right that somebody should kill one of the elders in order to get their way. Our land is in need of a reset.
So, because they tried to kill one person to get their way, you would rather kill the rest of the entire people groups of this area to get your way. What you think is the right way.
I understand. Okay. We can go back. He's insane. That's all there is to it.
You have something I like.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Just like this close to just going ha from the grass.
Okay, no, see, this all makes so much more sense now. Thank you for clearing that up.
I'm insane.
We can go. He's just a sad little man who's throwing a fit because he won't get his way.
You have no idea what's happened, do you?
I mean, you keep talking about the immortals and oh, they've disappeared and all of that. And above the table, Guy is an immortal now?
No, he's not.
He has the power of an immortal.
He has the power to end an immortal.
He has the god bomb placed inside of him.
Okay. The two children were immortals.
In the most real sense, yes.
Well, even if I'm wrong, she's gonna say this. We actually just came from meeting with a couple of immortals on our way here. So you keep talking about them like they're gone, and it does sound like they disappeared for a time. But they are there. They just don't have anything to say to you.
He looks at you for a long time.
I will look back.
You are either a skilled liar or you are mad.
I mean, I know you are, but what am I?
Do you actually say that?
Yeah. You sound just as mad as I do,
Point flip.
but I know that I'm telling the truth.
You've been to the island.
I've been to the island, yes. Yes, we went to the island. We have returned.
And where are the immortals to set things right?
Why do you think
They got
that
nothing
what
to
is
say to you, dude.
why
Like
do you think that what is happening is not what the immortals want? Why have you decided that the way that you want things done is obviously the way that the immortals want things done? You just sound like a zealot who has lost his god.
When it comes to the way things are done in this lands, tradition means something. We respect our elders, and those elders serve the council. For them to kill a council member, get their way,
Did they kill the council member?
go ask them.
No, I'm
And while
asking
they're-
you.
Yes.
You can prove that to me, that they killed a council member.
There's no reason to prove it to you. Do you wish to go see the council itself?
Well, I mean, you're pitching an entire war on this idea.
Ask them.
I will.
Okay. Yeah.
We will ask them.
Let
And
me
while
ask.
you're at it-
Let me ask you this first. All of the towns that you've raised, all of the people that you've killed, in order to meet your goal, did you ever once present this idea to them? One time. Did you do that? Did you do the bare minimum before starting a war, and killing thousands?
This is our duty.
It's
Okay.
a load of duty. It's a load of duty, to be quite honest. I find this. I understand what you think you're doing.
You're pushing your luck. Go and
Oh.
ask them. And while you're asking
What are you going to
them-
do? Make me sick?
No. Your own actions will do that for you. While you're
Yes.
there, why don't you ask them what they did that drew first blood with the Empire?
It's always so convenient when they blame us for their actions. And it makes it so much easier to fight them. Come on, Kyo, I think we're done here. I think we've heard all this
I
guy
do
has
think
to
I
say.
do think we're done here, and I will continue to push my luck, old one, and you continue to push yours, and we'll see who comes out on top. If you
Yeah,
would like
yeah.
to continue to kneel under the Emperor, so be it. You don't get to tell anyone else what they're going to do.
And in our land, we respect our elders who have done things to deserve respect, not just because they got old.
Peace. And turn and walk.
When you guys turn and rock, Ronto just stands up in the grass and she just looks at the guy and she's like, yeah. And then she turns around and she walks with you. She's done stealthing.
Oh, hi.
He turns around, and after you've walked, a few yards away, he turns around and returns to his army. You,
Once we're back with the Council of One, the one from the Council. Well, he says that you tried to kill, like, one of their elders, and that you did kill one of their elders, and that you drew first blood with the Empire. So please, do enlighten me on... I don't much care to be sent into a discussion without all the information. So please, do teach me. Help me to understand why they are willing to wage an entire war for the blood of one man.
I actually want a roll on that. I want you to go ahead and roll empathy, or persuade is definitely going to be part of it, because I think you want them to tell you something.
I mean, I can do persuade empathy.
Yeah, go ahead and do persuade empathy, but this is also going to be about the people observing nearby.
I'm not being quiet. Did you give me a target number, or you just let me roll in the number?
I just want to know how well you do, but I'm going to set a target number at 1, and you can get boosts based on it.
Guys, do you mind if I use a reroll?
For it.
I feel like I could do better if I...
Stevie, I should have done that. That would have been cool.
What, another Ronto pop
Yeah,
up?
another Ronto popping up out of the grass for the enemy's side.
Okay, I'm just asking. I do have a +2 persuade when haggling or negotiating.
Persuade for haggling or negotiating. Yes, negotiating in this case.
Sweet. I also have a +1 persuade to convince someone to let us into a restricted area, but I don't think that counts
And you do have another reroll on the table.
here. Oh, nice.
I would say that you're trying to access the restricted area.
I am trying to access
information.
restricted information. Can I use that? I'm asking. I have +1 persuade to convince someone to let us into a a restricted area as part of my wartime role.
And as Kyo's
I'm
best
actually gonna
friend, Champ would know.
say. I'm actually gonna say no because of just how it's worded.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, the GM told me no. I'm gonna yell about it.
I will say I do have a trigger on that same thing that I get a +1 karma when making a deal that goes sideways and causes trouble. So keep that in mind, GM, as well. Okay, that's better. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1 boost.
All right. There are several people up there that they're like, yeah, we'd actually like to hear a little bit about this. You get the feeling that they may have had an inkling of what happened, but they didn't exactly know why.
Gather round, friends. It's story time. Please.
I will also say that you have a boost, obviously.
I
What
do.
would you like to use that for?
Let me look in my handy dandy book of boosts.
So looking at boosts, obviously there's you could turn it into karma if you really wanted to. You could
That feels like a waste.
time
right
crunch it if you really wanted this quick, or bonus info. But I would like, if you do want bonus info, I would like a little bit of feeling of what it is that maybe you would want for that bonus info.
Ooh. For the bonus info, I want to know, if possible, and this may be out of the scope of what you're willing to give me, I want to know, honestly, everything about what she knows of the origin of this conflict and her part in it. And if this is truly an unavoidable war.
All right. She begins a tale. Let me pull up some names here really quick. Because technically these are real people.
Oh,
So
real.
people, not fake people. Real people. I mean, that's what we always want.
That's
Our
what
stories.
we're all here for.
So go. All right. She begins to inform you that what happened was a argument between two specific elders. An elder known as Sun Zi, who was considered one of the highest of station in the entire land of Seed and Blossom, who was a member of Yukubio's Pox. And for the last 70 years had sat on the council and maintained the peace that essentially they would only attack Izzo soldiers if they knew that they could get away with it. And Izzo soldiers went into the wrong village at the wrong time, and they knew that they could wipe them out and never be found again. They would do that. On the other side of that was a elder of the name of Wang An Yi, and she was actually a member of the Splendid Chameleons, who wanted war to drive the Izzo Empire out. Now, within all that, you'll hear that statement of serving on this Council of Elders for 70 years. That means that this person was well in excess of 100 years of age.
Yeah, which sounds like an immortal.
In the end, when the when the immortals stopped speaking, when the Emperor sent in those who could counter and did not rely on he to hold the port to go to the island, that was the moment that the plan was hatched by Wang Anyi to kill Sun Zi. If Sun Zi was dead, the decision could be made to drive the empire from our lands.
So,
Is that it?
after when there's a lull in like, I'm just going to imagine that there was kind of just like a silence, and Chet's just
Yeah.
gonna be like, so the Pox are upset that this murder occurred and the Emperor was driven out of the land. I understand they're upset that the murder occurred. It's not a great look.
No, it's not. I do wish you had been honest with me before you let me go down there.
That would have been
Talk-
nice. Yes.
Well, we did not know exactly what it was that drove them, but
I mean,
You may have had an idea though, and
yeah, I
like,
feel like you
we
were
have
completely
online-
oblivious.
how they came to this knowledge after 20 years, you must understand.
Or have they been sitting on it for 20 years
Which
and
is
getting
possible.
really, really angry? I mean, you don't build an army of that size.
Oh no, they've always been that size.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't rally them unless they are just blind followers, which maybe they are. The way they talk, it wouldn't surprise me.
Within this world, within this land, I would, as a GM, I would say that Yakubio's Pox is a lot like the Spartans.
They just do what they're told.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
are an army.
They are an army, and this is what they do.
the moment you're born, they infect you with a disease, and if you live, you're one of them. If you die, you die.
Close enough.
Damn.
That's just was my assumption based off what they do.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. If you don't, you know how I talked about the caste system in this world, and the first
Sure.
is the Gatherers. If you do not leave the Gatherers caste in your teen years, they kill you.
Oh,
They give
nice.
you whooping cough and just see how you shake out.
Get good or you get dead.
Yeah.
So, this person that they killed, were they an immortal? This person that you killed,
Oh no, no.
they were just very long lived.
World building question, like, how old is the oldest person that our characters would know?
Yeah, true.
That would actually be, and you have met them. Let me pull that information up. You met the clan head of the Virtuous Bodyguarders.
We did. They were the ones who gave us the dumplings.
And
Yes.
although in appearance of 30 years of age, you know that they are actually probably closer to about 70 or 80.
Okay, so
Okay.
Their jutsu
I mean that's how I feel.
makes them much more long-lived.
Yeah. Okay. Ninja magic. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like wizards, but ninjas.
What is the name of the council member that I'm speaking with?
Oh.
Look it up, babe.
I'm going to say that the council member that you are speaking is from the Council of Three. We're going to call her. She is Yui.
You. Well, I can tell you this much: they are not going to be easily deterred from this. The quote was, "Our wrath will not be stayed." So, are you prepared to fight right now over this? Or are you willing to enter into some type of agreement with them? Or to try to?
We will negotiate. We'll do whatever we must to save our lands. But you did go to the Isle of the Immortals.
We did. And I'll be
What-
honest, I told him that.
What knowledge or what wisdom do we have?
None that relates to this conflict.
Yeah,
Honestly.
we kind of just got a job to do after this.
We got a
Yeah.
job to do that does not relate to this at all.
They didn't even
And which
talk
is-
about you.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the thing that kind of concerns me the most, and I tried to impress it upon your friend down there. They are willing to live and die for these immortals that have truly abandoned you all.
Yeah, they didn't even ask how you're doing.
The
Go ahead and I will actually want a roll on that.
a roll.
Yes, I want.
Since Chet's jumping in, can we do an assisted roll?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. But persuade, I am looking for that from someone.
I've got 3 in persuade.
I have 0, so you should take that one.
Okay.
We'll
Are
do
we
what I
still
got.
haggling or negotiating?
Not so much this time.
Am I trying to get into a restricted area?
No.
These people are about to leave.
This is
their
going to be
religion.
how they respond to your statement.
What is
Can I
your?
Can I do? Well,
Yeah,
I
what
was
do you
want?
thinking knowledge. Can I do knowledge? Just to remember what it is the immortal said to us, and remember that it had nothing to do with the people who
It
landed
didn't.
Seed Blossom.
It had nothing to do with
It
them.
had
I
nothing
won't
to
make
do-
you. I won't make you spend on that.
Do you
Uh,
want?
I am going to spend one of my re-rolls to re-roll it I just rolled for them.
I mean, do you want to do like an? What is your? Either
you,
knowledge
Chad,
or
yeah.
intuition is probably okay though, Chet.
Yeah, knowledge is going to be better for me.
Okay.
I'm
I got
looking
4 dice
at-
I can roll there.
4.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and burn a karma.
And if we do a re-roll on a dual roll
Should
like
be
this,
both of
do
us
we
re-roll.
both re-roll? Or if like one of us gets really good, the other one gets really bad.
I won't force one person to re-roll theirs. I think we'll set it right now as for a re-roll. It'll just be one person.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
for clarity, you got the group has not got back to the village where Guy and Kamu are kind of chilling.
No, we're
Right.
up there with you now.
Oh yeah,
no,
no,
we're
we're
up.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all
you're
hanging out.
there.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask, what is your character's take on all this?
Um. So, still very. All right. So real quick, not to take too much time away from this test that you guys are trying to do. So Guy, still very kind of emotionless and very dazed out, just makes some weird hand signals to nobody in particular, and then someone from the crowd that's just wandering by just walks up towards us, kneels down in front of Guy, and Guy continues to make hand motions, and then the guy just swiftly leaves. We'll have information in about a couple of days.
Okay.
Nice.
And so ultimately, mechanically, I can choose up to 3 targets to gather information about, and I've already done some pre-rolls while listening to all this. So the first one that we choose to target, well, okay, so who do we want to get information about? Because anyone we get information about, we'll get +3 to any social checks against them. And since we're wanting to negotiate with people, that's going to be a huge boon.
Yeah, I would say the elder guy that I talked to.
All right, so the elder, and so we'll
Big
get
boy.
something from about him by the end of the day. All right.
I would not mind knowing something. Go ahead. I was gonna say Yui, but
That's what I was gonna say.
So elder Yui. Right.
and
Anyone
then-
else? Because we got 2 targets left.
Would it be possible to gather information about the elder that was killed that this is all based around?
Jean Z? Is that the name?
I imagine so. Um, and so I don't see why we
Yeah, you
wouldn't be
should
able
be able to. I'm just looking to see how much information I might have to make up.
right? Um,
And then have one follow Chet to see if he can lose him.
now unfortunately, I rolled really poorly on the second target, and so we'll get information after 3 days on that one. So
Okay.
yeah, and then we got one potential information gathering target left. Do you want to like maybe
Emperor
have it
himself.
on the leader of the pox?
That
if we
was the
can-
first guy. That was the that was the first guy we asked for.
Oh, I
So
thought
we
you
asked
said
for third leader.
okay.
big guy that I
I
talked
thought
to.
Elder Yui was the member of the council that we're working with.
That's the second one. So the first one was, I don't remember his name, but is the big guy that is the elder
Sure.
that
Yeah.
that I went down and talked to.
I don't
Megan
think we've
Stewart.
learned his name.
He gave it when she talked to him.
He did give it, and I don't remember it because
It
I
was-
responded in kind.
Kohei Rokudanashi.
Kohei Rokudanashi. So Kohei,
Yep.
Yui, Shanzi, and who was Wang Anyi? Was that the person that killed Shanzi?
Possible.
That was the other name you gave me. I wrote down the names. I didn't get much else though.
I mean, I can actually get you quite a bit of information on the two members of the Council of Elders. So yeah, that's Wang Anyi. Sun Zi was the one that was killed. If you want any information on them, Yue is the
Who we've got right now?
Yep.
Oh, so Wang Anyi is another person on the Council of Three.
Yeah, Wang Anyi is the one who plotted the death.
Okay, I think
Sun
that's
Zi.
probably the good fourth one then, Wang Anyi,
All right.
because they plotted the murder that has kicked off this war.
Well, I mean, so that would be the third target then.
Well, that would be the so
Yeah, 'cause I
Zhang
only-
Zi is the dead person.
Right. Well, I'm just saying is that so I can only research on 3 targets. We did the.
Oh, I
other-
thought you said 4. I'm sorry.
No, 3 targets. So
Okay, yeah, then
ahead.
yeah, let's do Wang Anyi instead of Yui.
all right.
So Rokudanashi, which is the guy that I just talked to down on the battlefield. Then Wang Anyi, which is one of the Council of Three that plotted to kill the third person that we wanted to get information on, which is the dead person, Zhan Zi. That was on the Council of Elders among the Yakubio's Pax. And it served for 70 years.
In that case, and so I would like to do a little bit of bargaining with the DM if possible. I
Mhm.
did roll 9 successes on that test, and that essentially ends up being 5 days minus the number of successes, which has a minimum of 1 day. Right, so it's still going to be 1 day, but maybe would you be willing to let me roll those extra successes to reduce the number of days needed to get that one that required 3 days?
I mean, technically, it'd be one of those things where it's like, find me the information on all these people, and I would say, yeah, your information gather is just like, well, you're not from here. We know everything about them. I can go ahead and tell you right now.
Nice.
All right.
But while that's happening, let's go ahead and get that combined roll that y'all
So-
are about to do.
You got a 4, right, John?
Yes.
May I use the reroll? I only got 1.
Yeah, I used one of my rerolls. Y'all can definitely use yours if you want.
Are you good with your 2, Chet?
I'm confident in it. How many dice
Okay.
are you rolling?
I'm only rolling 4.
Okay, I rolled 4 and I got
Yeah, you rolled 4
you know,
and you got 2. I think
I
I
got
can
half
get
of
2.
them as successes, so I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Is this again? This is a social check against one of the targets that we previously are looking into, or
Technically,
no?
yes.
Oh, well,
Isn't
Do we
it?
get that +3 bonus right now, or is it a little too early for that?
I would say since it's happening right now and you're gaining information, yeah.
Okay.
yay. Then I'll
3
just
extra dice.
do you want to
For
roll
each
one
of-
of those?
I'll roll 1.
Okay.
You take 2. I got another success, so I have 3 total.
Okay, and I got 2, so that takes us to 5.
High 5.
Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and give out all the information really quickly. What you find out is that Sunzi was almost seen as a martyr amongst the people, like a living martyr. He endured torture and horrific beatings at the hands of the Izo Empire. And although he was known for his hatred and his, just overall disdain for the Empire, he still maintained the status quo that had been going for so long. He was very much we do as the immortals have set us upon this path. The immortals set us on this path, we stick to this path. And he was seen for his dedication as almost a living martyr. Wang Anyi had not been on the council that long comparatively, had been a member for right around 25 years, and their predecessor on this council had been much less aggressive. But the moment Wang Anyi came into the council for the last 25 years, like almost a yearly vote, let us throw off the shackles of the Izo Empire. Let us drive them from our land. We can do it. I am going to have to debate on one piece of information because it's kind of a big reveal. But you also come to understand that from all this information that there is a council. That while there is not a capital per se of all the lands of Seed Blossom, there hasn't been since the capital was destroyed by the Izo Empire 700 years ago. There is a hidden body of elders, like the eldest of the elders, the wisest of them, meet in secret, a location that is only known to the elders, and they make the decisions behind the scenes that trickle down to all the other lands, all the other cities, all the other clans. And so it is one of Sunzi and Wang Anyi are members of that council together, or were. Yue is a member of the Council of Three. She is right around the age of about 89 years old and is known for being fairly level-headed about everything. She's very much a what you see is what you get. Never has hidden agendas, per se. Very respected member of the community. Now, as far as this general goes from the other side, he, on the other side, is... let me pull up his information quick. Oop, wrong sheet. There it is. Likewise, he is a member and seen as a a leader. And before this, had been only a leader of a brigade of Yakubio's Pox. But the moment that it came to light, at least that's what they believe, he has been the driving force for the destruction of all, essentially resetting the land. If the elders of the other clans cannot be trusted to follow, then they should be killed. Martially minded, and just that's all there is to him. He is a general in war only. If the war ends, he probably would not be. He'd probably be reverted back to his position of leadership with only a brigade of soldiers. And with that, I kind of need to debate here, or I'll ask you this, because a lot of you rolled so well. You got all these information and all these pieces that are sitting right in front of you. And I have to ask my players here, do you want that big piece of information? Because literally you are on the cusp of one of the final things.
Can we do it after the break? Because
Yes.
we're getting a lot of buffering and laggy issues, and I was trying not to interrupt you.
All right.
So let's go ahead. We're already late for break, so let's go ahead and take a break,
Yeah.
and then we will, like I said, we're going to go offline. Keep an eye out for that go live notification. We're going to reset our modem. But we should be back in 10 to 15, depending on how long that takes. So thank you guys, and stick with us for a little bit longer.
All right. Yeah, sorry. We will be back as soon as possible. Don't go anywhere. We'll get this stream started back up. There will be a timer when we come back, so everybody knows that we're back and you'll have time to get in, okay? Oh, and there we are now.
Jeez, have a stutter step over there?
It wasn't showing up on my screen. Hi, everyone. We are back. Hopefully frame rate is a little bit better. It looks like I keep on seeing some drops.
We're still seeing some weird stuff, but our modem, like David said in the chat, the far lane commented that we're getting 99% of our plan speed, so it might just be Twitch. It is Thursday night. There is an unnamed show that is starting now.
Either now or in the next hour.
Yeah, maybe in the next hour.
Which means that I think they do a pre-show.
Yeah.
You guys look fine over here on Discord, so it probably is Twitch.
Yeah.
Stinking Twitch.
Like, I'm here looking at both of you, and it's like, look at how good their quality is. Look at how pretty they both are.
See? Yeah, we're
my nice little shaved beard. My wife is.
I've got to do some more shaping, guys. I need to get a straight razor. I need to Sweetie Todd, my lovely husband here. No, I don't. I just need to clean him up a little bit.
Don't eat the sausage if she offers it to you later.
It's a mince pie.
Just be sure to get one of those long leather straps.
Yeah, so I can just look intimidating, right before I good leather strap.
He walks into the bathroom.
Suddenly have no neck.
Yep. Guys, if John starts looking pretty rough on stream, it's because I'm learning how to use a straight razor on someone else's face. That makes it sound like I know how to use one on my face. I don't. So during the break, we had some discussions, and then I realized that I said a lot of things during break that you, our lovely audience, would probably like to hear. So the question that I posed to the GM was, with the information that Guy gathered, would I understand if I were to tell Rakudanashi that the Emperor was the current immortal, and that the Emperor was shirking his immortal duty, and had actually gone to a point of blocking off and sealing off access to the Arashi Sea to get to the Island of the Immortals, because he doesn't want anybody getting the Immortals' power or any of that stuff, because he doesn't want to do his job. And my question was, with the information that Guy gathered, would I understand that would probably light a fire and maybe turn their ire towards the Izu Empire as opposed to the rest of their countrymen?
And the answer to that is yes. If the immortal rejected their duty, and also if there was an immortal, and hey, there's an immortal. We should be listening to him. We should be following them. The immortal has abandoned their duty, and the powers that be have said eliminate him. Yes, they would be like, okay, well, obviously we need to take care of this. That said, I am going to go ahead with Guy. You do get the final piece of information. I think this is a great point to go ahead and give it to you, at least from your contact.
Sure.
And it all makes sense with your dream that you've been having for the last several episodes, but obviously months. And that is this dream of the family being killed. The plan that was hit upon by, and I'm going to make sure I have all my names in front of me really quick, but the plan that was hit upon by the member of the, essentially the one member of the Elder Council, Wang Anyi, was that she enacted the plan 20 years ago to strike the Emperor's family. And this is a very big point that's made. You've been dreaming of this attack.
Okay.
You've been seeing the family being attacked. And what is revealed is that Wang Anyi created that attack. Okay, and you've known this for quite a while, that no group of ninja ever claimed responsibility for the attack on the Emperor's family.
Mm-hmm.
And you also know that, and this is where the weight is now on you with this. It was the attack on the Emperor's family that started the entire Ninja Crusade.
Do you tell us this?
You tell us that you started the Ninja Crusade?
Not you,
Yeah.
Wang Anyi.
But I know who did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have your telling and I have my interpretation, so...
Well, I thought you were saying UA, like the Council of Three
he
of
said
them.
you.
No, I
He
was
said you.
I was meaning Guy. Guy did it.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real mastermind.
I think I'm gonna hold back on this for a little bit. This is a lot to process, and I don't want to spell it, like, haphazardly.
Yeah, because I already know how Kyo is going to feel about it. Something along the lines of, "Oh, I see. You started a crusade against ninjas that, and then you hid in your lands while the rest of us got slaughtered. Great, great,
Started
great, great."
A little bit of trouble there.
I don't like the pox, but I'm starting to think maybe they have a point.
so hear us
Alright.
out.
So we're just gonna leave, and you kids have fun.
Hey, you guys are on your own. No.
We're gonna try this cool new thing called the pox.
Yo, are you on the pox?
Oh,
Can I? Oh man. When Yue explained to us during story time about Wang Anyi
Mhm.
plotting to kill Zunxi, this hero of the people, did I get an impression? Can I retroactively roll to see if I got an impression? Essentially, I want to do an insight check kind of thing. Did I get an impression that she was, consenting to this plot? Was she surprised by this plot? did she or did she know what was happening and she was like, okay, do what you got to do, or was when it happened she was like, well, shit. Now I will stand with you because we are on this council together. But basically, is she a bitch?
Okay. Are y'all asking about UA or
UA, the
No.
one that I'm talking to.
Okay, so-
I wanted to do an insight check to find out if she's part of the problem, if she a silent bystander that makes her part of the problem, whether she likes it or not, or was she upset by this and is now having to deal with the consequences.
Okay.
I'll roll for it. I don't.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it. I'm setting the difficulty at 1 so you can see if you get boosts with more information.
So empathy.
Because this is not something that she would be hiding necessarily.
Empathy perception?
Sure.
Do I have anything for perception? I don't think I do. All just persuasion. Yeah. That is 2.
All right. So you didn't get any boosts, but you gained the information that she is not a part of the the ultimate Elder Council. That was above her pay grade. But she is accepting of the decision that was made.
They all just follow blindly.
To some extent, yeah.
I mean, they.
It's almost it is essentially in a way a religion here.
I will say, as an outside observer, people who put just the oldest people in power, probably not the kind of people who are going to question what the older people say. It's just
Right. No.
hey, you've lived long, so
tracks.
you're probably smart. So you.
Sorry, in chat, Kirby in the background, I knew it all along.
Yeah.
Kirby's seen some shit. He knows.
Talk about immortal beings.
I'm going to have a little circle up with my friends.
Now, was that something, Guy? Did you end up?
He did
telling
not
us?
tell us. No.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have a little huddle up with my ninja, and I'm going to, y'all. Something ain't right here. And I'm not entirely sure what side we should be on. I feel like they're both. This is clearly a war that is not our war. And we knew that coming into this. But we were trying to make inroads.
I'm just going to throw out there that the pox infected me with a incurable disease, so I'm kind of
They
pissed
did,
off at
and
them, and I'm on
I'm
their side.
Right. Yeah, so, but I think that our ace in the hole right now is... I think I need to go tell the Pox what we learned on the island.
What if...
About the Emperor.
Hear me out. We leave, and we just let the problem solve itself.
Oh no.
I do also
We-
want to point out the whole reason we came here was because weren't we kind of doing a little bit of outreach to get some help with our own problems?
Yeah, and they wanted us to help them deal with this one.
And
So
it seems that neither side can really be... I don't think either
Useful?
side's really trustworthy.
No,
We either
agree.
have the side that is so stuck in their ways they will commit genocide, or the side that is so stuck in their ways that they will just allow genocide to happen.
Yeah. The problem that I see here is that this Wang Anyi is... Yeah, no, it's bad.
He's a doer who gets things done, because I don't have any other information.
Well, she is, yes.
She is.
The council of 3 were all women.
I I thought that this was the elder. He was part of the elder council, or they were part of the elder council.
They were.
Yeah, so the highest...
Before the one guy died, they split off.
Okay.
There's like a higher council. There's like the Council of Three, and then there was the Elder Council, and they were all on the Elder Council, not Yui.
Okay.
But Wang Anyi was, and she's the one who's like moving and shaking in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that we still have a mission for the princess. I think our best option right now, because I'm confident, and I know that Rukudanashi did not sound like he was going to be movable, and I don't think he is. But I think we can redirect that wrath that will not be stayed. And I think we can redirect it to our enemies, which completes our mission for the princess as well.
I suppose they can just kill each other later.
It sounds like they're gonna find out. They're gonna do it eventually.
It is the way that we are as people. You know, eventually we decide to kill each other.
Hey, that's just entropy, baby, and let's do it.
I don't know if murder is entropy.
I'm on a constant spiral to bring about my own self-destruction. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You know what? I have 0 pips of knowledge. What do I know? Murder can be entropy.
Yui. Councilmember Yui.
Yes.
I would like you to accompany me and my friends. You may bring someone else if you wish to, someone that you trust. But I have something that I need to share with you and with Elder Rukudanashi. And I'd rather do it once than have to do it twice. So I am asking you to come with me. I believe we can stay them long enough that they will not attack on sight. In fact, if we must, do you have a messenger that we can send with word that I would like to have a summit?
We can send someone.
And if you send them, here, I will write it myself. And I pull out paper and pen because I have that. And I address it to Rukudanashi and I said, I'm willing to discuss what was learned on the island. And I list a place, a neutral place, in between the two sides. Have a tent, beverages and snacks. Have it all ready.
Punch and pie.
Meet us in an hour.
Sorry, guys, I ate all the pie.
God damn it, Chit.
I work out a lot. I'm hungry.
He's a growing boy.
I'm hungry.
So that is what I do.
Okay. Well, is there anything you're going to do before that?
I am prepared.
Guy, was there anything you were going to be doing?
I can't think of anything at the current moment.
Are you still rocking back and forth?
Yeah.
I would imagine so. And he now has probably 2 guys worth of traps available right now. I measure my traps in how many guys worth they are.
I'm gonna go over to in front of a guy, but with a stick and a box and a string, and I'm gonna tie the string to the stick,
You can trap him?
prop the stick up with the box, and just be like, "Hey, guy, I'm making traps with you. How are you doing?"
All right.
So yeah, I go
Just
down
trying
and
to
I
bring you out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah. I want to see where that goes.
thought you were gonna try to lure him under the box with this,
Guy
trap him in there and just carry him off.
I'm just trying to meet Guy on his level.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, skipping ahead a bit though. The moment of the meeting comes, you have the tent, things are set up. The general, shows himself there. He's accompanied by 3 others. He's like, this was either a very foolish ploy, or I don't know. You don't behave like we would in these situations, so I'm very curious what it is you have to say.
Look, just sit down, okay?
You say that?
Chet's sick of everyone's shit right now.
He says sit down, and Camu just sits.
Nice.
Big butt sit.
And
I told you-
and towards Yui, I'm gonna be just as stern. And just be like, you sit too, alright? Both of you.
When they do,
He's
there's
chill.
a weird kind of, wow, he's serious, and at the same time, aw, he's serious.
I break a statue in half with my tongue
What?
Wow.
as
Wow.
as an intimidation tactic.
John just nods. He's like,
Hey,
Okay,
you know
okay.
what? Sadly, that is one of the neat things, is that probably works on UA. But the General of Pox, he actually has a power that lets him expend a key, and he ignores social.
Oh no.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah.
I'll make him waste all
so
his
he-
key on my stupid intimidations.
Nice. I'm still gonna say, no, I brought you both here because as you know, and as I told you earlier, whether or not you believe me, Rokudanashi, my friends and I have been to the Island of the Immortals. I don't know how familiar you are with the place, or who resides there.
No one has ever been there. It's just said that that's where the immortals come from, and also where they go.
Well, the problem on hand is, as you've both addressed, the Immortals have been missing in action, essentially, for 700 years, you say?
Oh no, they've been missing now for 20 years, ever
20
since the Emperor. The sea went wild, and then the Emperor sent those monks to found their place there.
Well, as it is, I have news for you, and you may not want to hear it, but I'm asking you to listen to me for a time. You may ask questions after, but I believe that all of this war that you want to wage is a manipulation on a grander scale. There is an immortal, and he is still on the earth. And he wields a lot of power. But he does not wish to be beholden to his duties as an immortal.
You have both the elders rapt attention. A little at moments looks the moment you start to discuss it, there's a look of rapt attention, and they just want to know who it is.
I will tell you in a moment, but let me explain to you that they have completely neglected what their purpose was. To the point that they made sure that no one could find out their secret. Emperor Izzo is the last immortal.
Oh wait, I knew that.
Chet, we're selling that we already knew this. He is the one who set the Enlightened to guard Arachi Port. he is the one that it is his dereliction of duty that has set the Arashi Sea roiling. Those that reside on the island have tried to contact and get word to people about the Emperor's misdeeds. And he has made sure, until now, that no one ever would find that out.
I would like to request a fortitude persuade roll.
Ooh. Okay.
The outcome of which will decide.
My fortitude is not good, y'all.
I was about to say, that's not something we can offer assistance to, huh?
Are they attacking me personally?
No, this is more a how stoic you are in the presentation of this
Okay.
information
If
is
it's
going to affect how they react.
Can I use any of my persuade bonuses?
I do
Probably.
I do want to ask before the roll is made. Last session, I attempted to make a roll using fortitude as in mental fortitude, and I had to use discipline. Would this be a similar thing?
No,
or does this involve the body?
This involves the body and how stoic she is having to maintain. I would let discipline. I'm bringing that up. I would let discipline go in place.
Fortitude and discipline are the same for me. So, I have one in each, but you said persuade is 3. So again, my persuade bonuses are only when haggling or negotiating, or when trying to get into a restricted area.
The negotiation one, it's right on the cusp, so I'll let that one in. You did get an extra karma from chat.
I'm gonna use one.
And are you including the +3 from my gathering?
Yeah, does this constitute as part of the social roles? Do I get
Yes,
to...
definitely.
Okay, now you... Oh, well, he only dispelled Chet's social intimidation, right?
Yes.
He doesn't... Okay, so let me... So I have
and
one...
the roll still takes place. It's just that he would be able to ignore any form of social damage.
1... and then 3 for persuade. You said I could do the 1 for haggling or negotiating, which is 2, and then I get a +3 from Guy because I have knowledge about Rakuda Nashi.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a reroll from chat. Thank you, chat.
Yep.
Ooh, and there's so much karma flying. I'll get all those karmas updated here in just a second. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6.
Okay. There is that level of rage and outrage. I don't know if you've ever experienced it. That moment that, like, your heart, you feel like it grips in your chest and your ears ring. That moment of near primal outrage. And you see it crossing the emotions of both UA and General. And they, it's one of those moments where for a brief second, it doesn't matter how old they are, how powerful or how disciplined they were. You were on the cusp of just the level of rage was lethal. But you managed to stay calm yourself, and not only that, your demeanor affects them. And it is silent in the tent for several long moments.
Sorry.
Combo.
And then it's as if that, for a moment there, things calmed down. And then the general asks, "Okay, So he has abandoned his duty. What did these spirits tell you?
Primarily that it's time to bring him to heel. And they gave us a weapon to do so.
A weapon.
Technically.
Very well.
It is not one that can be wielded by anyone. But it is the most effective weapon that they could grant.
It seems that and he's looking at UA at this point. It seems that there's a greater threat now. I will go and speak with the rest of my elders, and I will take my army from the battlefield.
Before you take them from the battlefield, would you like an opportunity to turn that aggression onto the soldiers at Jinshin Fort?
They both UA and the general look over it.
I have not been deceptive about my initial coming into this land. You've all made points that I do not belong here, that I am not one of you, that my friends and I are not one of you. We came to make inroads. We came to find allies in our fight against the Izzo Empire. Knowing that the Emperor is the reason that you were willing to commit genocide of your own people, I feel as though it is the least you could do to at least help us get the last remnants of the Empire out of Fort Jinshin.
General nods at this. I don't know about the rest of them, but we'll go with you. And UA also stands up and says, the forces that I have here with us at Jiangxi will also go with you in combat.
One question. Does she have she's got a gem in her head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is hers of the same caste or higher than Guy's?
Both of them are key users.
Okay, so
and-
they have the same.
Yes.
Is Guy still hiding his face?
Yes. Or at least I have not made any attempt to openly show my crystal.
I will, excuse me, and I will step over to Guy, and it could be a big deal, like be a real weighty reveal. You know, maybe if you pushed your hat back a little bit, but only if you're ready.
What is your
size
hope?
and-
What would be y'all's hoped outcome with that? With him revealing it.
I don't know.
Kyo would be more interested in that maybe we don't seem as foreign to them anymore. That there is obviously something larger at play here. And that that this group, Guy specifically, but with his friends in tow, have been called to a different purpose. And perhaps add further weight to my plea for help. But if we don't agree that is a good way forward, we don't have to. It's going to come out eventually.
I was going to say for 3 karma, it holds great weight. I'll let y'all write that into the scene.
Are we interested? We have 6, 7.
If we've got the karma for it, yeah.
Are we cool? Are you okay with that, guy?
Guy would sigh in resignation and go along with this.
Okay.
What else? What else is gonna happen? Let's get this over with,
Yeah, how could it possibly get worse?
right?
I think this is I think this will be good, guy. I think it'll be good. And I know that it's a lot right now, but don't worry. You do not have to do any of this alone.
And that said, with that 3 karma, it does have weight for him because first and foremost, the UA remembers. Since you came to town, you did not have that gemstone on your head, and there's quite a bit of questioning on her part. And then, as it becomes obvious to the general that something else, okay, she says it was not there before, now it is. It came into being the closer you got to the Isle of the Immortals. You are a part of this body of Izzo Ninja. And not only that, like, the presence of a gem within to the ninja, to the Blossom Ninja is almost, think of it as the equivalent of declaring that you are civilized, but more so than that you that you think almost as if they see you as human and an equal. But in the fact that you did not have it but now do, it puts a different light on your entire group. As if all of a sudden there is a level of understanding that had not been there before. That there had been a measure of xenophobia and a measure of distaste, that you were not as human as they were. But that changed.
And we are all standing haloed in a glorious light, with the soft wind blowing through our hair, rustling the tent, but slightly.
Something that only a white guy could give us.
Yeah,
no.
what a guy could have
No, I did not want it to go there ever.
You took it there! You took it.
Dang it.
You made it about xenophobes. But no, we do. And like Kamu shakes out his glorious fur and stands up, and we are finally the protagonists of this anime.
Ronto's still
And-
not paying attention.
I'm actually going to say that we're going to do a soft close here.
Okay. Let me get the
because
poll going.
literally what we are moving towards is Junshin Fort, and that is going to be a huge combat, more than likely. I mean, we're talking like boss level style combat, and amongst other things. I don't want to get. I think we are going to probably dedicate nearly an episode to it. So I definitely want to go ahead and point that out. That next episode we are looking at massive level of combat.
Sweet.
Yeah. So be prepared. Bring your A game, everybody. And that said, let's go ahead and ask chat. Do we got a poll going out?
I'm doing it. How many minutes? I'm just going to do for 2.
Yeah.
Since we're doing a soft close.
Yep. So let me go ahead and I can actually pull up the XP chart. Unless you had that open at one point.
Yeah, but I don't anymore. But usually we get 1 for playing.
Yeah, it's 1 for playing no matter what. As long as you were here, you get 1 XP. I'm gonna go ahead and put you at the base 3 because essentially you end up with nearing 3 by the time
3.
you're done.
We get a base 3, and then it's
What do you feel you learned?
yeah. What do we feel we learned? A lot of crap. We learned who killed the Emperor's family member.
Yep.
Yeah.
even though we didn't learn it. Us as people on the outside of the cameras, we learned it.
It's called dramatic irony.
Mhm.
We know there's a bomb under the table, but our characters don't.
That's right.
Yeah. Which I do want to say, moving forward on this, if you ever run Ninja Crusade, I know that Stevie, Stevie and Revna, you both got to play in the charity game that we did of it. And if you ever run it yourself, how the Emperor survived his assassination after everybody said he was dead, and for 3 days everybody thought he was dead. That is left to the GM's discretion in the books. Nobody really knows. It's not a part of the actual lore. So this is my version of the tale. And also, who the ninjas were that attacked and started the entire Ninja Crusade is still not known. And so again, this is my version of it. So, this is it. When I got the Land of Seed and Blossom and they started talking about immortals and immortality, I was like, wouldn't that be this iron? And that kind of kicked off this entire thing. Wow. So we have a straight split for Kyo and Ronto for 1 point XP.
So what did I do? I don't remember what I did.
You popped out of the grass.
You popped out of the grass and everybody loved it. You had your little knife and you were like, yeah. And I mean,
man.
That was pretty cute.
Somebody in the chat's having fun.
And
I'm sorry, this has been 2 episodes where I've just had to sit and talk to people, and I'm really sorry.
You're a star.
The only thing that I'm disappointed about not fighting the pox is we can't name this episode Land of Bleed and Blossom.
Oh no.
Bland.
wow.
Well, I mean, we could. We could name this episode Land of Bleed and Blossom.
We can, but now that I've said it, it is in the episode, so we can put.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is players. Who do you think deserves an extra XP for the night? Steven, who do you pick?
I mean, Kyo was really the one to do pretty much a lot of today.
Yeah.
So, my
it's
vote,
kind of
my vote's
sorry.
Go that direction.
You make a good point, and honestly, I kind of feel bad because y'all all got pulled along for the RP. But at the same time, y'all could have just waited the night out and fought them.
just fought them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Steven is like, well, Kyo did a lot, and John's like, well, you don't need that XP. You don't need that XP,
I'm
baby.
gonna actually say, because technically it's 3 for everybody.
Yeah.
An extra 1, so 4 for everybody for what you learned.
Okay.
And then Steven and Roxy, you got an extra 1, so you're at 5 rather than 4.
It was Ronto.
Ronto and Kyo got him, so you got an extra 1. So y'all.
I think all
everybody,
of us should get 5 tonight because Guy did all the information. Chet backed me up like a fucking bro, and we handled some shit down there.
Kind of want to put Ronto and Kyo at 6 and everyone else at 5 because this is to honor what Chat did.
Okay.
Chat.
Honor Chat.
I
Not
honor you,
elders.
Chat.
Although all of you
We
are older
all
than us.
honor
No,
you,
that's
Chat.
not, I don't think that's true.
I will say props to Twan for just silently stealthing in
With all those
That-
rolls.
with that research role. It's like, hey, by the way, I've done all this,
While I've been cowering over
and here's
here
your
as my
plus
character.
3.
Not even so much counter. He's more like in this funk. He's just like out of it, and he's still
what do
kind
I
of.
even do?
Yep.
No, it was awesome. I loved that. That
I-
whole.
I had like a moment where you're like, by the way, here's your plus 3. You're welcome.
Yep.
That gave me enough experience to level up my stealth 1 more pip.
Well, there you go.
I know. I may level up one of my.
But yeah, that means so next episode is going to be our mass combat.
Mass combat.
Expect it to be through the roof. I mean, it's going to be a bit, and I'm going to ask my players this. It might go over a little bit
Okay.
in 2 weeks, or hold on, 2 weeks from now is.
Yeah, we do need to
Let me
check
look at my
calendars
date.
because John and
That
I
would
are.
be the 2nd.
Okay, we'll be home. We'll be
Yeah,
in
the
town for that.
2nd of next month, we would be able to. It would be our mass combat. Would y'all be able to to stay a little bit late with us?
Yeah,
I can do that, yeah.
as long as we establish it now that it might run late, I can plan for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. And thank you so much. Thank you, everyone out there in
Yes, thank you for bearing
chat
with us.
for coming out with us and hanging and
Mhm.
throwing karma at us, because it will roll over to next game and they will
Oh.
need it.
Well, crap,
And
I put it
thank
all away.
you.
Okay. Just not
Thank you
reset it.
to Secret Chat over here in
Oh
the
yeah,
Discord.
the shadow lurkers over there doing the gift
Doing
train.
God's gift.
Yeah,
God's
doing
work.
God's work. The
If
Lord's
you
work right in
if
here.
you want to join Secret Second Chat, join the Rook and Rasp Discord. I'm shilling
Absolutely.
for you guys right now.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
But yeah, wow. Because I'm already in my brain. I already know what y'all are going to be up against, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you look forward to it too.
So yeah, y'all out there in TV land, if John's excited, shit's gonna go down.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Yep.
excited.
Well, that said, everyone, I'm going to make a couple of quick announcements.
Oh.
Tomorrow night, Battle Lords. So Battle Lords of 23rd Century with Chris Hussey as the GM. I am not actually a part of that game. Other people will be in that one. I'm trying to remember who all we have in for that. So we have Revna. Revna, who's in chat, is going to be in that. And so Stevie, who's also in chat tonight, will also be in that game. Sean, one of our longtime players, plays in our Call of Cthulhu game. He will also be in. And one of our newest members of the community, Kaylee, will also be joining
How many
that
people?
table.
Is that 4?
So that's 4.
I felt like a lot more than 4. I don't know why that felt like.
Revna, Stevie,
Sean
and Kaylee. And then Chris will be running the game, and I will be on the back end running. I'll be in chat, so come on out and hang out with us. And if you don't know Battle Lords, other than just being one of the OGs of the tabletop industry, it's a universe at war with aliens. And I like it because you can actually play, and I think this is what will get Twan, is that you can play bunnies. They actually have 3 warrior races of rabbits in this universe. So
Like
I'm just like,
actual
I think that would be
bunnies?
totally. Yes. Oh, they're tall. They have the floppy ears. They look like
Oh.
rabbits.
I meant like Monty Python style.
Oh no, that would be even more fun, I think. But
If anyone's
no,
kind of curious why this is relevant to me, I actually own a rabbit
Oh, yeah.
as my
Yeah, he
personal
raises a bun.
yeah,
She's my little floofer.
yeah. And so warrior rabbits, you cannot go wrong with that. And then there's also the big-headed gray aliens of sci-fi lore are also in the game, and they have psychic powers, and it's all kinds of fun. But it's a universe at war with a huge amount of backstory and everything else. And Chris is going to be running a great game. We're calling it The Escape because they're actually, I'll drop a little bit of lore here. They're actually prisoners who are prisoners of war, and they're going to be breaking out. So that's the backstory. So come on out for that. Then on Saturday, we have King Pink Darkness will be on the channel for Seriously Let's Play. It is a GM-less system by Calvin Johns, who is from Texas, San Antonio area, and he will be running that game. And it will be a mixture. It'll be a post-apocalyptic style. We're leaning more towards a Nazca of Wind Valley style game. That one. So Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And then next week we start up with all our other shows again. So goodness, I mean, because we'll have Battle Lords back, we'll have Heck and Good Doggos back. And that Saturday, is another game I'm really excited about. Oh my goodness. We have Pandora Total Destruction. And that is, I have been excited for this game since it was announced. It is a superhero RPG, but it's not normal superheroes. It is, imagine X-Men with the Mutant Registration Act going through. So superheroes don't really exist. They are wanted criminals. And at the same time, all the players are what they call level 13s. And that is that you are such a powerful super being that if there is always a chance that you will destroy everything around you somehow. My character that I'm going to be playing in that game, my power is intangibility. Sounds boring, but I can't control it. And so when I pass through objects, I can actually cause the molecules to end up taking up the same space and creating tiny atom bombs as molecules and atoms collapse on each other. And so, yeah, it's all about government control, occupation, nationalism, fascism, a whole bunch of things. And at the same time, you're playing superheroes, super beings of such a level that is it right for what's happening? So there's all kind. It is a very charged game, and I'm looking forward to it. That'll be in 1 week on Saturday. So please, everyone, be here for Pandora Total Destruction. We have the creator actually running the game. I'm sorry, Todd Crapper is running the game, and we are the first. We're getting him. He's never done actual play before, so we're going to actually have him on the channel.
We will have all of this stuff in the Discord, and I'm going out on social media. He is super excited. He's just still talking about stuff that's weeks away. So let's call it here before we go over tonight because he can't stop talking.
I'm excited. That's in 2 weeks.
So in 2 weeks. So we love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you in 2 weeks or on Tuesday with Heckin' Good Doggos.
Yep.
Or on Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Hang out with us. Bye.
Ready for this?